welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you don't know me, my name is Isabel Frank, psychic medium, spiritual intuition coach. Been doing this for like over a decade. So why not give you all my tips and tricks and secrets and all of that fun stuff that we cover? So today I'm going to be talking about just how to use your intuition with all the chaos that's really happening in this world. Like, how do you navigate these current global shifts that are occurring right now in our world? Because honestly, it can really feel really overwhelming, really scary. Like you're navigating this storm without a compass. You don't know which direction you going in. You don't know what's going to hit you next. You have no idea. And I know it's not just me right now. So a lot of us could be feeling a little bit lost in all the global changes. But here's the thing, and I love that I mean, I'm talking about what I say all the time. Like we have this built-in GPS system. It's called our intuition. And we actually have, like, how many times have you thought, like, if I can only have a manuscript to life? But you do. Again, it's your intuition. And in this video, I want to really share some really simple tips to actually have you kind of hear it a little bit clearer, trust it a little bit more, and move through these uncertain times with more clarity and peace. Because at the end of the day, like when I coach people, it's all about getting you to understand how to listen to that intuition and follow that guidance. And most importantly, trust it, because trust is like the number one thing that people really struggle with when it comes to intuition. So, right now, a lot of us are feeling the pressure of whether it's in money or in relationships or just the world changes and everything that's coming right and left. And we're just trying to keep up. And I think we're actually really trying to understand it too. And I'm not here on like a political stance right now because I don't think it really matters right now in where you stand because it's just overwhelming, period. And I've been there. I've been there in money where it's overwhelming. I've been in relationships where it's overwhelming. I've been in trying to deal with the changes of this world where it's overwhelming. I think not too like long ago, a couple months ago, I was so overwhelmed with like the chaos of this world. Um, I did a video for TikTok and it went viral. TikTok later kind of basically shut it down and mute it. But I've kind of learned in that sense of like when I did this video that no matter kind of what's going on around us, we have an anchor. We have to ground in ourselves and we have an anchor, and that's our intuition. We know what is right for us. We know how we need to move for us. And our intuition never leaves us. Our intuition never shuts off. We just get caught up in like the mental chatter of the world and the mental chatter of a situation. And it's really, really hard for us to hear it. We learn like not to trust it. We learn to overthink it, over analyzing it. So the really question is like, how do we kind of have these tools to really access our intuition with like more flow? So here we go. Number one is going to be quieting the chatter, right? Like our thoughts are constantly going, things are constantly da 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 da, right? Noise from the media, noise from family, noise from friends, noise from job. I can go on and on. But what you need to understand is that intuition doesn't scream at you. It really doesn't. And I think that's why it's hard to miss because it's kind of like this soft knowing, soft feeling, soft whisper. And that means that you've got to give it space. You have to give it space. You have to take time aside to like really listen and really get in touch to it with it. My go-to is actually, like I said this on my last video, is journaling, but also just mindful breathing, like just taking deep breaths to kind of center into my body where I can just kind of listen. So 3 slow breaths in and out, right? A quick journal brain dump. Write down everything that's just coming into your mind. Just let it all out because I think at times we try to like push it back or ignore it, but brain dump it to get it out so that it's not just keep going in there like a hamster wheel, and notice how much lighter you really feel. And that's when like your intuition and that's when your intuitive insights kind of start slipping in. And it's kind of like, okay, here you are, right? So like I can hear you. I think my favorite way of just kind of listening to my intuition is taking those mindful breathing moments and just kind of breathing into my body and asking myself, what do I need in this moment? What do I need to understand right now in this moment? What do I need to do in this moment? And sometimes it's nothing. Sometimes it's just listening and breathing. Sometimes it's letting something go. Sometimes it's, get away from the situation and go move your body. It's different all the time, but it's trusting that first nudge, that first quiet feeling I have. And, intuition, right? Decoding our intuition can be tricky. This is why I have my job. This is why I coach people because whether you're trying to be psychic, not being psychic, but, like, when you're trying to, like, let's say I wanna do this for a living, or you just are trying to understand yourself in a deeper level, this is what I do. And you have to understand that intuition shows up in sneaky little ways. Like, it's always there giving you signs. You just have to learn to pay attention. It could be I don't know what happened. I just having, like, a coughing attack. But back to what I was saying, is that your intuition can show up in these sneaky little ways, like your gut not sitting right, like something just doesn't feel right, or having goosebumps, like, "Ooh, that, like, was confirmation," or even, like, a song lyric that tends to repeat itself in your head. This is one that happens to me all the time. I was going through something recently, just to let you know, and I kept hearing the Bruno's Mars song where it says, like, I'm gonna leave the door open or I'm leaving the door open. And that was way of spirit telling me like not to shut my heart out to somebody. Like, don't close your heart. And it kept saying, like, I'm gonna leave the door open. I cannot sing, nor am I gonna try. But that was spirit's sneaky little way of like, and I understood that. I was like, there's a reason I keep hearing this lyric. I'm gonna understand. I get it. I understand that. Also angel numbers are a big thing. Just know that like nothing is random. No way in that intuition shows up for you is random. And the more that you start noticing these patterns, you're creating this bond with your spirit team and your intuition. And you're like, your spirit team is like, they're realizing it. And you're like, oh my gosh, my intuition is actually talking to me. And it's this beautiful relationship that just gets to grow and grow and grow. So, also with that too, it's like you have to learn, right? This is number 3 on how to actually ask the right questions because I don't think we know how to ask ourselves the right questions, right? Like we tend to ask really broad things like, I don't know what to do with my life. What should I do? As a person that's a psychic medium, I hear this one like all the time. And it's not sorry, I look away when I'm listening or channeling spirit, by the way. Like I constantly am like looking around because I'm trying to like really focus. So I apologize for that. But you ask your intuition more like direct questions, right? Try this, like, "In this choice that I have right now, can you show me what's in alignment for me?" And I will do that by, like, putting my hand on my heart and saying, let's say I have 2 different choices, right? Option A, option B. And I'll be like, "Can you show me what option A will feel like if I accept this?" And I'll just kind of feel the energy. And I'll say, "Okay, thank you. Can you show me what option B feels like?" And I'll feel that energy and I'll say, "Thank you." And I allow myself to feel which one's lighter, which one's heavier, which one's more chaotic, which one's peace or more peace, right? And you can even ask, like, ladies, you have choices again. You can say, like, is this one going to bring me peace? Can you show me? And just allowing yourself to use your intuition because you, body, mind, spirit, soul is all one. So allowing yourself to kind of feel it but being more direct in your question. And those little tweaks right now make your answers so much more clearer than just like, what should I do with my life? And like, you don't know what sign, you don't know what you're hearing. I'm being honest because unless you're super clairvoyant and clairaudient, then you're like, oh my God, I can see the vision, I can hear the voice. But most of us have to kind of work to kind of really step into that energy, right? Okay. But the same way in the same tool I gave you, you can also apply to, when you're going to be making really big decisions. And this is why it's so important in this crazy world we live in, because a lot of us are being called to make some really big decisions in our life right now. Maybe it's switching careers or switching places to live, because a lot of people are doing that right now. I'm not going to go into that. But applying your intuition to big decisions because big choices can feel really scary. It doesn't matter, right? Whether it's now, in the future, in the past, job changes, relationships, money stuff, but here's the thing, when you imagine each option, your body knows before your mind does, right? Just like I said, using these tools. So the path that feels lighter or expansive, that's usually your intuition that's saying, yes, that's the path to take. And if it feels like I said before, if it feels heavy or draining, that's your sign that it's a no, like it's a no. And I do this often with clients, whether they're getting readings or energy clearings sometimes, because my biggest goal is for you guys to kind of learn how to navigate this on your own. So it's just like, all right, here, I'm going to show you how to like kind of come into your heart, breathe, and then pull these kind of feelings. Like, show me what option one feels like, show me what option two feels like we just discussed. So try it. And I'd love to know in the comments, like, did this work for you? How does this feel for you? Because when you lean into intuition, you really stop second guessing yourself so much. Like you really, really do. And that's where that trust is built with yourself. And we often are looking toward our spirit guides and our angels, and it's great to build the trust with them, but you have to understand they're part of you. So building that trust with yourself is the most important thing that you can do. And so you have to really like allow yourself to kind of be in touch. And when you stop second guessing so much, you really cut down the stress because you're not trying to force your answers. You're just allowing yourself to kind of receive them. You're stepping into surrender mode. And being in surrender mode is again part of intuition. It's being part of the flow. We can't force things. We can't force things. And allowing yourself to just receive them, that alone creates the sense of safety inside yourself. You know that I am peace, I am safe, I can move, I'm going to be okay no matter what's going on in the outside world, because when we get tied in that outside world, it can be shaky, it can be scary like I said, and it can definitely be overwhelming, but you creating that peace in yourself and you creating that trust in yourself is where it's at. So, intuition I guess is your personalized roadmap. And think of intuition of as your lifelong co-pilot. And the more that you practice listening, the easier it really does become. I know people are like, Isabel, how did you learn to listen? And it's like, well, first off, I've been doing this since I was 6 years old and nobody told me to stop listening. So I just always listen. But again, everybody's intuitive. Everybody has gifts and abilities. So everybody can do this. So know that every time you honor that nudge, you build trust in yourself. And that trust, that's what creates clarity and calm when the world feels really uncertain. And I know it does for a lot of us right now. And there's a lot of moments that it does for me as well. So try these tools. Let me know. The storm in this world might not calm down anytime soon. The storm in your life will have its highs and it will have its lows, but your inner sense of knowing, your inner compass, your intuition it's always steady. It really is, and it's always going to point you back to yourself. And that's the most important thing is allowing it to point back to yourself without guilt, without shame, without judgment. So allow yourself to start small and just breathe, notice, ask. Watch how different life starts to feel when you lead with that inner guidance. So, if this hit you, like if this spoke to you, make sure you guys hit the like, the subscribe, or even just send this video and share with somebody who needs a little reminder that they're not alone. You are not alone. I'm here. I got you. And if you're ready to go deeper, I'd love to work with you. I'm going to link my coaching sessions below, my appointment links below, all of that. And yeah, so this is a great time. It's never too late to get started and trusting your intuition. And it's never too late to stop, like just to, what is the right word? To retrain your body and to retrain your mind. I'm working with somebody right now. Like I've worked with so many various ages, and a lot of us are always like, I should have done this before. But you know what? Don't do that, because take this as a sign. This is the perfect time to start. This is where you needed to be. And this was part of your journey. So, all right, guys, I hope you guys have a great day and talk to you later.